Reading Football Club, a team in League One currently fighting out down the bottom of the table.
But don't let that position distract you from the real mess.
They are in a crisis and it's all because of one person.
Dai Young, the owner of the football club.
Let's go back in time with his history of other clubs his own. He took over Beijing Ren in 2007. 2020 they were relegated to the third tier and a year later they dissolved.
But it doesn't stop here.
His sister took over KSV Rosselaar in 2016, relegated to the third tier and dissolved in 2020.
Now I'm not being funny, but this is sounding very familiar.
But my question is, how was he allowed to take over Reading in the first place?
2017, he took over Reading just after the Royals booked a place in the Championship playoff final. Throughout the last few years, there's been major problems and point deductions to the table.
But let's talk about the present right now.
The sickening news is that he's selling the training ground and stripping assets away from the club.
I don't blame Wickham. For them it would be fantastic and a great deal.
But put this all into one and Dai Young is killing the football club. He has no interest in selling, it's all lies. Who in their right mind puts their training ground up for sale? He killed two clubs, they both went bankrupt and is doing the same again here.
Today they play Cambridge United, but in all honesty,
we may not see a football match today with planned protests. It's affecting the fans' mental health who goes home and away every single week. They may not have a club very soon and I feel so sorry for him.
Hold on a minute, steady on, we've got a little bit of news. So the bit you just watched was recording on a Thursday, today's a Friday, the day before the game, and there's been a lot of development in terms of the new ownership. Could it be the North Americans which own Reading in the future? It could be possible, but that could only go through if we can buy the training ground, and this is just all so confusing. If they buy the training ground, then these new investors will not have to buy that training ground. So theoretically, Wickham are actually going to be saving Reading here. In fact, they're really helping it. But there's so many twists and turns in this story, we're just going to leave it till match day and let the fans do the talking. Here we are then, we've made it to Reading. I'll tell you what. Big game today. It's a 6-pointer for Cambridge. Okay, it's a massive day for Reading with their protest, potential ownership and everything. Cambridge need the points. I'm telling you now, they need it at the home of Reading Football Club. But more importantly, I said that we're going to speak to a fan, Mika, one of my really good friends. Now talk to me about the situation going on right now.
Where do I even begin? Near on 7 years now since our owners have come in, and I mean it's got to a point now where we can't have them here because they're killing the club. We've had 18 points over the last 3 years, 6 points for 3 years now. We've got another 2 suspended if he doesn't pay something by the 18th of this month. It's a disaster to put it simply.
2-1 Reading. Very sorry, but Harvey Nibbs and Sam Smith both score.
No, right, he just had to put down in there. I'll tell you this now, if Sam Smith or Harvey Nibbs scores and they celebrate, we'll not be happy, lads. It's not just this club he's killing, he's killed 2 clubs before this. But do you think, now there's a lot of talk of these new owners and everything, and then obviously Wickham potentially buying the training ground. Are Wickham helping you here?
Nobody knows. Wickham fans seem to think they are. Reading fans seem to think they're not. We're hoping that potentially it is something that they're helping us with without kind of being too obvious about it. Difficult for us to kind of put a full blame on them, but then again it's difficult for us not to blame them because if he hadn't sold it, what would happen? We might be put into forced administration, which at this point, if it's this owner, could be the right thing.
I was so annoyed after obviously yesterday's announcement, and hopefully we get the new owners coming in soon.
You were going to be protesting on Thursday, it was really toxic on social media and everything, but since then things have turned. In particular in the stands, I think it is worth mentioning that you're going to be staying in there.
There was a lot of thoughts about potentially going on the pitch today, stopping the game as if it was going to be the Port Vale game, what we had in January, but the problem is we've had this new ownership problem last night where we might have new people. These North Americans, who knows who they are? Have they got relations to the Kuhigs, the Wickham owners? Nobody knows.
Could that actually be a bluff with all the talk about going on the pitch? It could actually be a bluff, all of this.
Yeah, this has happened before. This is now the second or third time where we've had people close to exclusivity, these NDAs being signed, nobody knows. There's so many problems at this club. We've got owners who I can't mention names, but there are people in this club that are lying to the fans, and that's a huge problem because nobody knows.
It's all up in the air, to be honest. I'm not happy about it. It's sad to see that a club could die, to be honest.
Also today, also a big game, 6 points of both sides really. Go on, score prediction.
I'm still sticking with 2-1.
It's gutting. I mean, look at 10 years ago.
And bearing in mind, you go home and away as well, by the way.
This is it. I've been to 9 out of 10 away games every year for the last 10 years. Problem is that I don't want to be such a cliche, but we've been in the Premier League 10 years ago, and we've gone from United away to you're looking at Fleetwood, and that's such a cliche in a saying. Every team deserves to be in the division they're in, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't be at the depth we're in right now. We're better than this, and this is all down to one man, and that man is Dai Young.
It is, and Omulo is just here. What score is going to be today, mate?
2-0 Reading.
Right, nice one. Cheers. We'll move on from that. Right, here we are then. Reading Football Club, the big one. I'll tell you one thing, you got to give me credit about this stadium. Really nice stadium. It's my third time here. But I'm just really scared about Nibbs.
or Sam Smith scoring. I'm not going to lie, I'm really scared about them. Here we go then. Reading versus Cambridge. Really good support from the fans. About 1,000 Cambridge fans. You got to respect it. But here we go. It's the big one. It's the 6-pointer. Massive for both clubs. Nibsy, Smith, have a day off, lads. Just have a day off for this one. Fair play, Nibs. Clapping the Cambridge fans. Sam Smith and Nibs. They were respecting the Cambridge fans. Here we go, then we're on the way. Right, a little bit nervous, Yeah, Bennett, you're a flipping superstar, mate. And it's not a bad ball either. Back in there. Oh! So close. Nibs. No, see it, Smith. He's done it. Kissing the Reading badge. And Reading are 1-0 up. Oh dear. It just had to be Sam Smith, didn't it? It had to be. Oh dear.
The team has not got no training ground.
I'd go as far as saying that was probably one of the first proper attacks Reading have had so far. Tell you what though, 18th minutes when they always protest every game, you see a banner on their side right there. On Cambridge's point of view, really poor right now. Pissy Pang, that's a banner. We want Dai Young out, it's ringing around. And the thing is, the players of Reading are fighting for the club. They're really fighting for the club. If you hate Dai Young, stand up. Everyone in this stadium, every single person in the stadium is stood up. Fans are doing their part to try and protest against this issue. The players are playing with heart to try and keep the club going, stay in the division, everything. But it's just a shame right now, on Cambridge's point of view, it's not going well. Since the goal from Reading, it's been nothing in this game whatsoever from both sides. It's been really, really bad. You can tell. Yes! No! It could be 2, just before half time. Yep. The worst time to concede, worst time, but Reading are showing fight. Reading fans are doing a dub, players are doing a dub, but Cambridge are not today at all. It's really not good, really not good at all. Right, it's half time. It's half time, even though Cambridge are on the attack. Cambridge point of view, not good at all. Right then, we're back underway for the second half. Surely it can't get any worse than that first half. I'll tell you, this is not bad football, you know. Kashinga! No, you can't miss, you can't miss. No, man! You can't miss that! You can't miss that! It's 2 open goals in one attack. 2 or 3. In the same moment we miss. Fuck me. It's free. It's free. 6-0 in midweek against Lincoln. 3-0 here against Reading, where they're in a similar position to us. They've got so much to fight for, so much background noise, and they can still deliver a performance like that. You've got to respect it, the players of Reading. You've got to respect it. The time is ticking, 6 minutes to go. Reading fans, fair play to them, they're getting behind the team. 4-0, I didn't even see what just went on there. Looking at the reaction, it looks to be a screamer, and it's 4. I suppose they've just got to laugh, like they're 4-0 up. Do you know what I mean? I know I've repeated this a few times, but you've got to give credit to Reading, their players, even their fans. Everyone's showing passion for the badge. You can see it on the pitch, you can see it in the stands. They're fighting for the badge, they're fighting for the club. They want Dai Young to get out of the club, and hopefully things do get better in that sense. But I'll tell you what, on the pitch today, there's been one team in this, and that is the home side. I think that'll do me. 4-0 to Reading. Oh, that'll do me. I really hope the situation gets better at Reading. No fan base deserves what they're going through. And like Harvey Nibs' Instagram caption, continue to fight for us off the pitch, and we'll continue to fight on it. That shows togetherness and hopefully light at the end of the tunnel coming soon.